allow me to just step in front of you a moment. I think it will be great. Oh, hang on. The check's being signed.
All right, then we're now looking at live images from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, where the African Aviation Summit is underway and bilateral agreements are being signed. Let's take a listen.
Stand that way so we can see you. We want you to stand there. Thank you. Like this way so we can see you.
And I can reach you.
Go ahead.
Okay, Alan, if I can ask you, for the benefit of the audience, can you just tell us what you've just signed for, please?
Okay. In line with our fleet, AP's fleet modernization policy, we've just signed a further acquisition, a further order of 10 E175 with a firm order for 5 and 5 purchase rights. That's what we've just done. And I was looking for, there's a statement issued by both Embraer and Aviation, a written form that will be given to the press later. That's what we've just signed. You could see by my side the Honorable Minister of Aviation and our Director General, Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority. The Honorable Minister has just scored a first within just a month of being appointed Honorable Minister. You are clapping without knowing the first he scored. The Honorable Minister called me in 2 weeks ago and said, going forward, any Nigerian airline that wants to bring in brand new planes must also think of maintenance capabilities for those planes in-house and within Nigeria. And he made it compulsory that if you are going into acquisition of more than 20 planes or thereabouts, you must show evidence that the original equipment manufacturer is also going to support the setting up of a maintenance center here in Nigeria for the local maintenance of such planes and for third parties too, that's MRO. So he made it compulsory, and which is enabling also, because you know the amount of billions we export outside the country in doing maintenance. So when he said it, I thought it was something that may not be done, but he urged that that could be done, and we moved in. And Embraer, part of the things we signed today is that Embraer is going to support the setting up of a maintenance capability in Nigeria as part of this. We are going to have a maintenance center in Nigeria with their support. That will be set up in due course, and immediately we'll start running into it, so that all this fleet of Embraer jets will be maintained in Nigeria. So I thank the Honorable Minister for leading that. That's why I say he has scored a first. This is what we talk about. I mean, somebody working without vested interest, whose interest is for the good of the nation. And this is good for this country, it's good for West Africa, it's good for Africa, and it's good for the world, because sometimes you may find airlines from America bringing their planes down here to be maintained whenever they have a glut over there. So it's going to help our national reserves, it's going to help us to the airlines in Nigeria and West Africa and Africa to conserve their bigger forex when this comes into fruition. So I thank the Honorable Minister, and I thank the DGNCA for the kind of oversight they've brought over the years to bear on airlines, which has made Nigerian skies the safest in the world. Yes, whatever thing you hear to the contrary is because of stigmatization, unnecessary stigmatization, because of the monies they get from insurance out of us. Now, with this signature today, we've ordered 35 brand new Embraer fleets. Remember, We had signed 30 before, which 5 of them have entered into the country already. The E2s, we had launched customers for E2 in Africa. And you see those beautiful flags flying all over Nigeria. Now, this has increased the number of Embraer brand new jets we acquired to 35. Thank you.
Alan, if perhaps I may add a few words on this historic date that we have together here today, and thank you for your excellencies for joining us here. First of all, Alan, in the name of all of the 20,000 employees at Embraer, we want to thank you and congratulate you and the entire Airpeace family on taking our great relationship another step further. We are very proud about that. All of the hard work ever since we started the relationship in 2017. And as you just said, at those beginnings, those were with the ERJ, you've grown that fleet to 8 aircraft. Then came the order with the E2 for 10 aircraft. You came back for another 3 aircraft. And of course, you have the purchase rights. And today, I think it's a momentous day as we go forward with the announcement of this firm transaction for the 5 E175, a transaction that valued at list price is close to $300 million. This shows that this market, this airline is moving forward and is taking action. So I think that's momentous. I think this deserves an applause. The first aircraft will be delivered already next year. So we're being very agile. The airline needs to grow, they need to get capacity, so we're in a position to deliver Airpeace, the first 2 aircraft, already towards the back end of next year. And then the last point, as Alan mentioned, is something that is very important to us. As the airlines, as the business moves forward and grows, we as the OEMs, we need to work together with the airlines in the business system, in the ecosystem, and enable the maintenance work to be carried out on site. That creates jobs, that creates local capabilities, and we're very proud that as part of this transaction, Embraer is going to stand side by side Airpeace in order to drive the maintenance capability roadmap forward with Airpeace. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Minister, the Chair of Airpeace Airline and Embraer. This is a momentous day for us because as we get fleet renewal, the fleet expansion with brand new aircrafts, it tells a different story in Africa. Efficiency, and for us as the regulators, it makes our lives much easier because we know these aircraft are more efficient, they're much more easier to maintain, and it reduces the complexity of the operation of the airport, which helps us to do our risk-based surveillance of the airline much easier. We, although we're the regulators, we're here to promote the growth of the industry, and these brand new efficient aircrafts will certainly enhance the financial bottom line of Airpeace, and once the financial bottom line of any operators enhance, the propensity to be a much safer operator increases greatly. So that makes my job easier. And I'd like to say congratulations and well done for making the right choice. Thank you, sir.
Your Excellencies, my colleagues from all over Africa, the CEO of Airpeace and your partners, I want to say congratulations. I'm here today deliberately, even though it's a private initiative, a private company in Nigeria, but I'm here deliberately to show my support for the growth, sustenance, and survival of our local operators in Nigeria. So I'm looking forward to any other private airline. If you reach any milestone or you're doing anything very important, invite me, I'll also be there because I'm here for everyone. I'm not just here for any one airline, I'm here for everyone. So any local airline that is making significant progress, I'll be there to support you. Now, it is part of the KPIs I've set for myself. I've set about 5 KPIs for myself. And the first one will be to ensure strict compliance with safety regulations by the agencies so concerned. And so, the upgrade of Nigeria by ICAO, the continuous movement upwards by ICAO, of Nigeria by ICAO will be one of my KPIs. One of my KPIs, again, the second KPI will be how much local operators like this, how much they grow and survive. That's one of my second KPIs. My third KPI will be how much we improve infrastructure throughout Nigeria. My fourth KPI will be the development of human capacity within the industry. Within the industry, that's my fourth KPI. And this is how I will judge myself whilst I'm in office. And of course, the last and most important for us will be how I ramp up revenues for the federal government. How I ramp up revenues. But I must also add this. I must also add this into the second KPI about the support and growth of local operators. Whilst we fight for them, whilst we support them, one of my KPIs there, of course, under that, a sub-theme under that will be I will hold them to the highest standards. I will hold them to the highest standards. We cannot support you, fight for you without reciprocal responsibility to the Nigerian people. We want to hold to the highest standards for the satisfaction of Nigerians. So whatever it takes on our part to support your prompt, flight schedules, compensation of passengers, Nigerians, or any passenger within the Nigerian space for that matter, and how much you treat the Nigerian passengers will be also one of the things I will look out for too, whilst of course encouraging your growth and survival. So I will be here anytime any local operator, entrepreneur they invite us, will be here to support them, to ensure that they grow, they survive within our very harsh economic environment. And I just want to say that I want to come back next year to see that you have ordered 10 more again, and I'll be here. Thank you. God bless you.
Honourable Minister, Alan, Stephen, DG, thank you so much for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation to this milestone moment in Nigerian aviation. Thank you.
Live scenes there from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. We just heard from Festus Keyamo, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development. Very interesting. Air Peace has signed an agreement with Embraer to purchase additional fleets worth about $300 million. And they're supporting Nigeria in establishing a maintenance facility in Nigeria to maintain air fleets purchased in Nigeria. This move will help conserve Nigeria's forex reserves and ensure safety of Nigeria's airspace. Going back to Abuja, another development has come from there. Of course, the last thing that we saw was the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development signing this MOU. But let's go back and let's take a listen.
But it was an opportune time for us to formalize the agreement so that we are directed in terms of the parameters that we've set for ourselves, but also to be able to measure whatever that we'll be signing today as part of the assistance that we'll be providing to both the agencies. And we are very excited about this agreement, which we believe will be of great assistance not only for our two countries, but also for in terms of elevating our safety and security posture, because our belief is that there could be no thriving and sustainable civil aviation if aviation safety and security are not put right at the center of everything that you are doing. So thank you very much, DG. Thank you very much, His Excellencies, for supporting this. We do believe that this will make you proud, particularly in your KPIs, to make sure that between the two countries, we in fact elevate our safety and security posture. Thank you.
You're watching the Aviation Africa 2023 Summit taking place in the nation's capital, Abuja, where Nigeria and South Africa have just signed or are signing a safety collaboration agreement in the aviation sector.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Minister of Aviation in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the two DGs, Your Excellencies present here in this summit, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media. It's indeed a momentous occasion for us to witness the signing of this cooperation. DGs have already said it's not starting the cooperation, but it's cementing it.
So those are two deliverables we have here today. And for this, we want to thank the South African delegation. We look forward to more of this. We shall run to you all the time if we have problems for you to guide us. And it's going to be symbiotic. There are areas I think we can also assist you going forward. You're welcome back here again, and you can invite us anytime. You will see us there, in no time. Thank you.
You're still watching Scenes Live from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, where we just witnessed the Nigerian-South Africa safety collaboration being signed. And we did hear from Lisa Mangsu, who is the Deputy Transport Minister for South Africa. And what's very interesting about this particular event is is the comment that the Minister of the Aviation sector did talk about, Festus Keyamo, saying that Nigeria will soon be the toast of Africa's aviation. He's spoken about the federal government's plans to revamp the aviation industry and make Nigeria the hub of the airspace. Now, you are watching, this is all happening at the 7th edition of the Aviation Africa Summit and Exhibition 2023 happening there in Abuja.